Hi, my name is Andy Park, and I'm one of the concept artists on the God of War 2 team, and I'm talking about the God of War 2 creatures. God of War 1 created a mass array of different creatures that more or less the audience is aware of, like the Minotaur and Cyclops, all the creatures from Greek mythology. God of War 2 has a lot of those same creatures, but they really try to take it to the next level. We're always trying to create creatures that are really just cool to look at and also to play or fight against, but we also want to always keep the mythological look. It always has to stay Greek, and as a concept artist, that's the challenge that we faced. A group of 6 or 7 of us that we had on this team, not steering too far away from the Greek and the mythological look. We did take the Minotaur and the Cyclops and a lot of the creatures from the first game and kind of give them a different spin, a different look. We're really trying to just kind of take it to that next level and also creating creatures that have just more variety than what you've seen from the first game. There's just so many different creatures in Greek mythology. Unfortunately, we're not able to have all of the creatures in this game.
Today's important because it is the first playtest. It's the first playtest for the game, and it's the first playtest for me as a director. So it's kind of a monumentous occasion.
The week, it was long. It felt like about a month. So, a lot of late nights, a ton of effort, a lot of putting out fires, a lot of running around. But it's typical of this industry.
Last night was rough for a lot of people, but they all pulled through, man. I'm wickedly impressed with this team. Yesterday all day, everyone's running around doing what they got to do and really kind of working like a well-oiled machine. So that was fantastic.
It's problem after problem after problem, and we did as much as we could, and we got to the point where we couldn't think anymore, so we had to call it a night.
Welcome to the first official playtest for God of War 2.
Hopefully those guys are just smiling like, oh my God, this is the best!
Everything is being videotaped, and it's actually being fed down to another room. Multiple people can view it from multiple perspectives.
So far, everybody's fallen off the bridge. And we forgot to put a message on the chests, so nobody really knew how to do the chests to open them.
I think one of the responses would be, man, this game is rad. Everything you did about it is so good. You guys rock. I want to be like you. In which case I would be like, oh, please, no. We'd be very excited, but also somewhat bummed because we wouldn't get much constructive feedback about how to make it better. The other extreme end would be, wow, this sucks. The first game was so much better. What happened? What did you do to it? And then, we would be sad. The third type would be the constructive criticism, like, oh, you know what, I felt this part was a little too hard. It would really be neat if you had better enemies. The level was confusing, and I got lost at this point, which would help us on our level flow, so we go, oh, okay, that's good, we can pick something up from there. So the third is the most desired response. Chat about just some thoughts. Good thoughts, bad thoughts, anything, just throw out stuff about overall experience of the level.
Integrating the puzzles with your exploration as well is great, because you're constantly seeing something new even while you're solving puzzles, which is pretty cool.
They had great results. I feel honored that they worked this hard just to put together a demo for us to play. That's pretty cool.
The stopping the time was real cool. That's real new. Couldn't do that before. That's going to have a whole new aspect to the game. And so far, really got me hyped up to see the rest of the game.
The game was received very well, even despite the little flaws that really bothered me, and I wish we could have gotten fixed. People look past that. I just wanted to get everybody together. We just finished our first playtest of our first level that kind of has gone through the pipe, and it was received extremely well. It was great to see everybody kind of pulling together, and a great moment for everybody to see people enjoy it.
Those of you who are barely awake, go home.
Yes.
Okay, about 30 seconds away, people. Okay, people, let's do it. And a hush fell over the crowd as they ascended the staircase to Focus Test Central. First of all, welcome and thank you for coming. This is extremely important in our development process, so please be as brutally honest as possible. If you have any problems, Adam and Paul are here, and I think that's about it.
These guys don't have any preconceived notions of anything, so therefore they'll catch all the mistakes that we just take for granted. Games that really heavily playtest the product really elevate themselves very far above most other games. God of War 1 was playtested like crazy, and we benefited greatly from it. The levels we did in playtest on God of War 1 were the Hades blades, and you see how well those turned out. Fucking bounty volume thing on the trainers.
Yeah, the 2 pop away.
The 3 pop away.
Yo. Hey guys, please keep in mind they can't use the wind magic. We're watching number 3 right now using the bow. Please ask them to stop.
Sometimes the way you talk is really annoying, Steve.
Well, you know what?
I just want you to know.
I find it
I think
annoying
it's a friend, like, hey, you're walking too close to the edge.
When the obvious, when you have to tell people the obvious 8 times, gets annoying.
Well, there's 2 guys watching 5 monitors. Absolutely feel free to say whatever it is. None of us get any better unless we find out what's wrong. So do not hesitate at all.
I don't know about the rest of you guys, but the surprise rock guy who popped out at you, like, freaked me out. It was great. I mean, I know if I'm playing at 3 o'clock in the morning, that's going to scare the shit out of me. So that was really great.
I'd like to see exploding enemies.
Did you actually, on one of your things, say you wanted more screaming?
Yeah.
Okay. So, come on, that was good.
See, I got a parking ticket this morning, and I was pretty pissed about it. And this type of game just makes me feel happy. Like, at the end of the day, if somebody fucks with me, I come to this at home, I just sit down, I beat the shit out of people, and they're like screaming blood everywhere, and I feel good.
That's fantastic. This guy is, you know, the epitome of the God of War fan. He's the type of guy that we totally appreciate as developers because he's so freaking into the game. He's also the type of guy we're probably scared to meet, you know, in the real world, like in a dark alley or something like that, because he's fucking out there as his love of violence.
I really wanted to see that thing topple onto an enemy's head and like smash him and have him like writhing in pain underneath the rock.
He may be taking it to the extreme, but I think everybody has maybe a piece of what he talks about, which is, I've had a bad day, and I want to go home, and I want to vent my helplessness at a situation at work out on something, and I don't want to do it in the real world. I play this game, and I tear this guy apart, and I feel powerful. Thank you very much, guys. This is awesome. This is really going to help us. We fared better than I thought we would, especially with how down I was this morning about it. So I'm psyched. Today we are testing the roads level, which is the first level of the game, the opening sequence. Roads being the first level is exceptionally important to have that, you know, huge, epic opener, kind of topping what we did in the first game. It's got to be bigger than the Hydra. They come in here and some of the stuff is arted up. They have no preconceived notions on anything. They don't know how to use any of the stuff that we've been working with the whole time. So they get all these abilities and they're just like, what the hell? What's this do? I don't understand how this works. They don't understand that something only lasts for 8 seconds. Well, we totally get it because we said it's going to last 8 seconds. So it's a rude awakening to sit there and watch it and be like, oh, just do what I want you to do now. But, you know, teaches us.
We were discussing it earlier how strict the time limit was.
Playtesting like this is vital. The people in the studio, very close to the project, have played it a lot. You don't see the obvious a lot of times. So the feedback is always incredibly valuable because they're the target market. They're the guys that are going to spend their money to buy our game, and We're here to satisfy the fans.
Thanks again for coming in. We got a lot of work to do. We have 3 weeks until Alpha. So, looking at that, I know that we have some tough roads ahead of us for the next 3 weeks to get everything into shape. And it's time to go home.